5, the code for language detection, it is basically based upon the CNN architecture, that is the deep learning based architecture. So we have divided the code mainly in two parts. The code which is giving training to the CNN network, and another part is the test network, in which we will test for particular audio with the help of trained network in this file. So let's start with the training file. You need what you will just simply run this file, and you will see what are the results of the training. Since our system has the GPU, so it would take around 20 or half an hour to train the data set. But if you don't have the GPU, then it might take 2 to 3 hours to train the data set. So like we have the data initially for the 5 languages: English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish, in the form of wave format, that is the audio signal. Each folder has almost 10 different audio signals for each languages. We need to first convert this audio signal into a spectrogram image, so that that can be used for the training further. So CNN is primarily developed for the image object detection, and MATLAB still don't have the feature to use the audio signal directly into the CNN or any deep learning toolbox, which is in MATLAB. But in other tools like Tensor, Keras in Python, we can use that audio signal directly into the deep learning functions. So as per the paper, we need to convert the audio signal into the spectrogram images. For that, we have developed a function, that is generate database. If already you have generated the database into the images, then this part will be skipped when you will run the code. But if you haven't generated the dataset, then this will first create the dataset in the image, and after that it will train the network. Now generate database is this function file is in this folder. Generate database. We will just pass the name of the directory in which audio signals are lying. So because we know the structure of directory, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 directory under. So we need to first find out the path of the audio signal, and then we'll load the audio signal into the MATLAB, and then we'll reduce the noise of the signal, and then we'll generate a spectrogram image. So let's start one by one how we do it. That dir is the function in the MATLAB which reads the directory contents. Like if you have given the path of that directory, I call this function only. So presently I have the spectrogram image data into my path. So this part of the code will be skipped, but to explain the code, I will just run it separately. Checkpoint is showing. See, the data folder has the name of the directory where all the files are lying. So once the dir command reads the directory, it will show all the components here. You can check out in the workspace. as you can see, these two are just garbage values. The rest five are your directories of the languages. You can verify from here. We have five directories for the English, French, German corresponding. Similar, if because a program image, a directory of with the name program images will be created, but we have already there. So in my case, it won't generate a new directory. So just skip this step. Now, one by one, we will read the directory in the data one by one. Like since the first two are garbage values, so we will start reading from the third row. As you can see, we are reading from the third row, and we are just skipping another garbage value if there is any garbage value. And what is inside the English directory, that will come into this variable. You can check. We have 22 further subfolders inside the directory English. These are the name of folders. You can see these are 22 files. Okay. Then we will check out what is inside every directory. So further executing the code, since the thing is same. So again, in the subdirectory content, the initial two rows are the garbage values. This is the default in the MATLAB. So we don't have any control over it. So we will start reading the directories from the third row in every case. So like we are start again making a loop of code to read out every component. Inside this directory, we have subdirectory content. This is the content, which is this, and inside this directory we have WAV and then the audio signal. So this is the structure which is provided by default from the source of data set, which has been discussed earlier. So just at the end, we will read the subdirectory content. Probably this is our, this is WAV content, and inside this folder directory, we have the audio signal. As you can see in the variable audio direct content, we will get this. You can check out this variable. Now we have all audios inside that particular directory, and we'll read one by one. So let's read the very first audio, which is the function audio read will help us. We need to just specify the path. This whole is the path with where our video is lying. So the audio has been extracted from the file. It is saved in audio signal, and fs is the sampling frequency. You can check out like plot audio signal. It's busy. It's executed. See, this kind of audio signal we will represent in 1D. This is the audio signal which has been loaded into the MATLAB path. So we need to convert that signal into the spectrogram image. We have a function spectrogram which takes which applies FFT and to do some processing. I leave this discussion to the for the homework because this is a very primary thing. So I am not going to discuss how spectrogram is generated. We are just using the built-in function of MATLAB. So spectrogram is a built-in function of the MATLAB. It will create a spectrogram image. And so this is a spectrogram of our audio signal, its frequency and time in seconds. And to save this image as the to save this image and to extract the filter from the image, we need to print this image to the directory. Since we have generated a directory named spectrogram images, and we will create a corresponding directory of the language and store every image into that. Like we have read the directory English, so our this image will be stored in this directory English. And these are the lines. And to store this, we don't require the axes and this color bar. So we will omit this. These are the functions by which we will omit these information and print the image and save it into a new file. The saved image is in the gray format, is in the RGB to gray format. We will storing the image into the as a color image will require huge space, and its extraction process will be clumsy for this. So the image is stored as the gray image, which will be in 2 dimensions. It has only single frame, so we will store this as a gray image. So this step will this process will keep on repeating for every single audio signal, and every corresponding image will be stored in the corresponding directory of the language directory. And at the end, we will get a spectrum images dataset. So next thing, this is the part about how to generate the spectrogram images from the audio signal. We have developed the corresponding required functions for this process, which are stored in this directory. So let's move further. Now we need to read those images to the MATLAB. So image.store is the function of the MATLAB which will see the images lying in this path, and we will create a set of images with their corresponding labels. The name of the directories will be treated as the labels. Like the images inside English will be named as with their label as English, and similar for French, German, Italian. You can check out here. Since we have 5 categories of languages, so we have 5 different subdirectories. In each, we have around 237 images. And if you will check out this variable img, it will tell you the labels. Total images are 1454. Their labels we can check out, like English, for initial to 57 images in French, in German, Italian, Spanish. These are the name of these directories, and working as the labels for our each image. Now we are splitting image into training and validation image set. Split each label will work for us for there. 50% of the images will go to the training set, and rest 20% will go to the validation set. And of course, we are choosing images randomly. So once we do this, we will augment the data. Why we are augmenting the data? Because you can check out each image is uh, very big. Like I show you the size. Like you can see, each image is of 536 rows and 678 columns. So it will be big image and a lot of features would be extracted from these images. That those features might not contribute in the accuracy of the system. So we don't require such huge feature set. So we augment the image into a size of 100 by 100. That will you can say that will have the same information of condensed image. So we have the function in the MATLAB that is image.augmenter. We uh, we are just rotating the images by -30 radian and +30 radian. And once you will create the image augmenter as the object, the images are augmented for both training set and validation set. You can check out. Now, the another important aspect of this project is the CNN architecture. We have defined a separate function for this. CNN layers is the function where we have defined every layer of the architecture. Since you can check out in the doc, we have of we have 5 repetition of a set of layers. The set of layers constitutes the convolution 2D layer, ReLU layer, normalization, batch normalization layer, and max pooling layer. The first one extracts the feature from each image. The normalization layer will normalize the features of the image. I mean, the feature of each image will lie in between 0 and 1. Because the NN layer will extract the constituent features. The feature might be, the magnitude of the feature might be negative or might have some high value for the high intensity pixel. So it will just create a non-uniform pattern in the features, and using those set of features, either your network would be overfitted or underfitted. So that's why to avoid this kind of issues, we normalize the feature, we standardize the features, and bring those magnitude to the range of 0 and 1. This is done just by dividing the maximum value to the every magnitude, to the each magnitude. So the batch normalization layer will work that for us. Max pooling 2D layer, max pooling will just select some important features which are to be sent to the next layer. Because we are not sending every feature to the next layer because not every feature is useful. The max pooling will automatically check that and send to the next layer. Similar, these set of layers we have used 5 times, and every layer has given a different name. Why we are using this architecture? We are just following the reference paper, and reference paper is considering the same architecture for CNN. And at the end, we are using fully connected layer. Fully connected layer, the number of filters in the fully connected layer are equal to the total number of labels. Since we have 5 categories, so we have 5 unique labels. So the number of filters would be 5 here in this case, and softmax and classification layer are used for the end classification. So this layer, this CNN architecture is loaded into the MATLAB program. We have the layers here. You can check out layers. Total number of 24 layers are there. First one is input, size 100 into 100 into 1. Here 1 represents the number of frames. Since we are our data has, our image has single frame because that is in gray format. So the third value would be 1 every time. The convolution has 64 filters, and 7 by 7 is the windowing size. Similar for ReLU BM1 is the batch normalization. So we have total 24 images to process our work. 24 layers to process our network. Next, here we are defining the options for the training. So this is just a basic requirement. Like if your data set is huge, you need to use uh, less batch size. If your data set is small, then you can use a larger batch size for the images. Your total number of repos are 6. The learning rate, we have settled learning rate. These parameters are set by the hidden trial method. And after many mistakes, we set up these parameters to get an optimal accuracy. And after setting the options, the train network is the MATLAB function which trains the network, and the train network is stored as is saved into our MATLAB directory. After, like if I process this, it will go on for some time. After training of this, we classify the validation images. Like we need to test how much accurate is our model. So validation images are used here to test out the trained model. The net is the trained model, which has been done in the last line. Augment validation set are the images which are to be tested. The many best size is same as as used in the training. So after using the function classify, we will get the prediction images. And further, class perf is the function of the MATLAB which will calculate the accuracy precision recall for us. After using class perf, we will get CP is the variable, and further you can extract the correct rate, error rate, and similar the confusion matrix. Confusion matrix will tell you like how many classes are how many samples of each class are used for the validation, and how much samples of each class are correctly classified, and those samples which are wrong classified in which class they are lying. If I show you, I have mentioned this in your doc too. You can check it out.